We don't care if you play 7 nights a week, 365 days a year. We will still be enjoying every night.
That does raise a question, though, because you live in different parts of the world and everything. Will you be... but you've traveled several times to each other's homes and worked and everything. So you would be scheduling a bunch of shows and then doing them and then going back to your own... Or is anybody moving? Or would you be just scheduling shows and doing them and then going back home after the tour?
Well, we're planning on mainly kicking it off here in the States because Anton can always get here for longer than I can stay there, it seems. So... so he can come here for a couple of months and we can line up 7 or 8 shows, or however many we decide we want to play. But it's easier for the States. Plus, of course, my dad, Kim Groff of the Kindred, he and his lovely girlfriend Anne, of course, are in Florida now. Florida has a pretty good scene for the kind of stuff that we do. So we'll end up probably booking a lot of things down there coming up pretty soon. You get up in the East Coast a little more than that, and it's not quite as good of a scene. The scene is still there; it's just not, it's not quite as thriving. But there's still places in Raleigh we'll end up playing, and through North Carolina and things too. Winston-Salem. We'll play locally, but we're going to be in Florida a lot. We have decided to play a couple places in the UK as well. We're going to play Doncaster. Probably Manchester, but we're gonna really kick it off here in the States first.
We a mutual DJ friend who does an amazing job, and he's old school DJ. Well, in terms of electronic dance music, what he plays, it's all great trance, Palette Thorpe, and he's also got a few magazines about him. But he was one of the guys that we intend to set up our shows in England, and we've got off our own back through Mr. Craig Manga of the Mungo Brothers, who you enjoyed lunch with.
Yeah, I love that guy.
I've heard of the Manga Brothers. I've heard of them. Yes, I don't think I know any of theirs, but I've heard you mention them many times.
Oh,
great guys.
Well, you see, there's a story. Craig is a phenomenal guitarist, and he put his electronic twist on it. And when you go to see him live, you're not just going to see him; you're going to see so much other talent. The event that I went to with my business partner at the time, he had poetry in one room, different locally brewed wine, so he has got it all going on, and bringing him into it as well, he's probably, I'd say I can see is actually the three of us writing together at some point.
But Craig Manga uses a lot of live kind of interesting instruments and things in his music. It's very atmospheric and very slow and melodic and beautiful, and they play live things.
It's coming into my head while you're saying that, because I'm picturing if Craig Manga, this guitarist, if you had something like that going, if you had more of a full band with a drummer and a guitar player, and the classical symphonic elements and influences that you have, and the electronics, you'd probably come up with something very similar to what Hans Zimmer is doing now. Hans Zimmer, largely known as a film composer, and he scores motion pictures, is actually touring, and he's a sensation. He's a rock star now. I mean, he's touring with this live band and an orchestra, and they're just tearing it up, and people are going berserk over that,
Yeah.
That would be just wonderful to see the Surgemasters doing, because there's two such very unique talents here in this act that with very, very little effort, I think you could really, like you said, retire. I think you could really be doing something, because this is not the kind of thing you see every day. This is a very unique act here, and we're going to hear another song in a minute. But there's more to this act too. There is a radio show coming up on New Year's Eve that we're going to be talking about in a minute, as well as all of the social media contacts and the music pages and all of this stuff that you kind of expect at the end of the show. But let's hear one more song in the meantime before we come back. get that information from them, and then sign up with a really unique and beautiful track that you would definitely not expect. As the man said, classical EDM, and this is going to prove that point very beautifully when we get back to the last song. But for now, let's hear another track from the Surgemasters from the upcoming EP, and this one is called Sunshine. And that was Sunshine by the Surgemasters. Tonight's special guest and featured artist, Octane from Project Octane and Zach Whitworth from Whitworth, together as the Surgemasters. They put out, they haven't put it out exactly yet, but they put together a great record, a great EP, and doing a little more tweaking on that one, and that's going to be available for you before long. But, as the TV pitchmen say, but wait, there's more. In addition to this recording project, in addition to this musical offering of theirs and the live shows that they're working on and bringing this vision of theirs to the stage, I'm sure that's going to be quite a spectacle and quite a high energy thrill to observe. There is more. The Surgemasters also are bringing us a new radio program which will premiere on New Year's Eve. Now, we've heard DJ Octane in the mix. Some absolutely spectacular DJing going on there, especially the one with the 80s rock songs. That was just a mind blower. I loved it. I think it was out last summer. I love that one. Yep. But Now the Surgemasters, and this is one where I actually have no advanced knowledge of what it's going to be like. So I'll be finding out here at the same time as the audience. What will Surgemaster Sessions be like as a show? What's it going to sound like?
It's going to have a lot of elements and tastes of the Surgemasters music, for a start. It's going to have a few acts in the mix that haven't been released anywhere yet, but we've got full access to that I play drums on and done bits and bats.
Are you talking about like other groups?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. So we're going to be hearing you playing drums with other acts. That's different. So that sounds great.
And then we're going to have also, hopefully, as long as I put my thumb up my backside and get into act tomorrow, we're going to also do mixing between literally live in the moment.
My thumb up my backside. As long as I get my thumb up out my backside.
Yes. My thumb in my backside.
So if you get your backfield in motion, you're going to be doing some additional mixing. So is this going to be a continuous flow of music, or are we going to be talking? Because talking is not something that we're used to hearing either one of you do. We've heard Zach sing a couple of times, but before today, I don't think I've ever heard you speak, Anton, except perhaps through a vocoder, you know.
He's understanding those.
I'm not a speaker. I'm not a singer, to be quite honest.
Is this going to be an ongoing thing? Are there going to be more of these?
There will be a few more shows, but when we actually go out live, actually on stage, it'll be recording and aired on the station at the same time.
Oh, so you'll be performing the radio show live and then just airing it later on, which is a fantastic idea, by the way. I love that. All right, so we got the Surgemaster Sessions coming up, which will eventually become the Surgemaster Sessions stage show, replayed on the air, which will be very exciting because we'll have the aspect of the live audience and the whole adrenaline rush of that. So that we're looking forward to. Be sure to tune into Surgemaster Sessions on New Year's Eve. Guys, before we play this last song, which is a very unique and unexpected song, give us all of your various bits of information. Now, there's so many projects that you have going on, offerings like Surge Promotions, Surgemasters as a band, your individual pages and music sites and everything, so it's going to take a little while, but do tell us where we can find each of you individually and together.
What we're going to do is we have our music we do together, which is the Surgemasters, which is our main project. Everything else is an accessory, sort of. The Surgemasters and our live show is definitely the number one project for Octane and Whitworth now. Yeah. So we, and we're taking things that I've done and that he's done in the past, and we're sort of we're remixing them into Surgemasters pieces, updating them a little bit to.
So you're kind of assimilating your old catalogs into the overarching umbrella of Surgemasters. That's a very interesting idea.
Slowly incorporating them. The main thing is writing new pieces, but we're also, as we're writing new pieces, incorporating one here and one there from me and from Anton.
Now, okay, so guys, we can find you on Surgemasters on Facebook, and is there one catch-all website that we can get? Is there a Surgemasters website?
The Surgemasters.com.
Surgemasters.com. Great, nice and easy. I like that.
It has to be the Surgemasters. I made this mistake a few days ago.
Oh, is it the?
The.
Oh, okay. Now remember that, folks. TheSurgemasters.com.
Somebody got there before.
And of course, we've got Whitworth, and we've got all the other ones and everything. But Surgemasters will be the focus of all of these two gentlemen's extensive creative energies and talents in the near future. So that's where you want to keep your eyes peeled and follow them on Facebook and all the other places. Now we're going to play another song, and this one is different, and this one doesn't really even have a beat. This one is straight up classical Surgemaster style. It's classical EDM, exactly as Anton said, and this is a song that a piece of music, sorry, not a song exactly, a piece of music that you know it. You might not think you know it, but you know it. You might not know it by name, but you definitely know Pachelbel's Canon in D. and this is the Surgemasters version of that. And we're going to hear that last before we sign off. I want to thank the Surgemasters for coming in, Anton and Zach.